Good evening, my name is Cherie Sims. I'm going to speak a few moments about Project Management Report for Super PACs. So the purpose of this report is to provide an understanding of the need to have the project closeout properly executed. This report highlights the important checklist that is needed when closing a project, the process used for termination, and the need to have important controls. In addition, how the closeout was success or failure and what action items might need to be carried out. For instance, having proper administration, a project scope, verification. Moreover, the process used for termination has also been added along with the justification for the choice of project and the need to have important controls such as overall time and quality checks, to help ensure that the quality standards are not compromised in the delivery of the project. So our company acquired an order from the U.S. Army, Ground Forces, and Special Operations for a new product worth $1.5 million. The project involved designing, developing, producing, and delivering the requested 200 refrigerated backpack pouches and radio modules to the Armed Forces by September 1st. The engineering department was responsible for the initial design. For our project closeout checklist, the following are key components that should be included: deliverables, documentation, financials, reports, transition support, as well as resources. So there are many different elements to close out this phase of the project. For this purpose, producing a checklist that showcases the needs and requirements of the project will help ensure that the project deliverables are achieved as close to the client's specifications as possible. The major components of the checklist include ensuring the right quality and quantity of project deliverables, the proper process of documentation, including legal transfer of final product, proper reports are produced and signed by the appropriate specialist, and then of course finally the transition of resources used in the project for other projects. So our wrap-up closure checklist. There are many different elements to the closeout phase for this project. So that's why we're going to showcase a few of these elements. So for our team, the questions that we need to make sure are answered: when will staff be released to their respective departments? And we will begin this transition process over the next week to 2 weeks. In addition to that, our team will be conducting peer performance reviews for each staff member involved in this project. This allows us to showcase those strengths and weaknesses of the team members that were a part of this project, and to evaluate whether or not these specific team members can be utilized in ongoing projects. The second area we're going to focus on our closure checklist is the vendors. We need to verify with accounting that the project bills have been finalized for closeout. In addition to that, have reviews been conducted by each department as it relates to the vendors. We did have some modifications that needed to be done. We also had a vendor that we had to switch out. So we're going to allow each department that dealt with the different vendors conduct a review. This will help us negotiate contracts for future projects and choose our vendors for those additional product lines. Another area for our wrap-up closure checklist is the customer section. We obviously want to make sure that our customer is satisfied with the finished product. Has an in-depth customer review been done with training? And has the support line been set up for the customers? It is vital to our organization that our customers' expectations have been met, and we should go above and beyond to exceed the specifications that our clients are giving over to us. An in-depth review can be done with training, meaning are the products meeting their standards on the front lines. And in addition to that, has the support line been set up for the customers for any additional troubleshooting? So basically, is the customer happy with the final product? Finally, the transition of resources used in the project being transferred to other areas. Can those be allocated for other projects, or can those simply be transferred to other areas of our organization for utilization? Has the closure review date been communicated to the stakeholders? And the answer to these questions is yes. We have communicated to the stakeholders the closure review date, and our resources have been allocated to the departments necessary for future projects. So there is no loss in this profit margin. So in order to close out the project successfully, it is necessary for the project manager to verify that the project deliverables meet the project requirements as requested by the client initially at the beginning of the project. So verifying our project scope. Our goal was to confirm third-party vendors for the refrigerated pouch, backpack, and radio module while calculating our cost and resource requirements to ensure an estimated $500,000 profit of the awarded $1.5 million contract. The scope of the project was to provide a durable backpack as per the customer's specifications. Finalize reports and signing off. Our first goal was to meet the size, weight, and material specifications of the customer and confirm vendors for those products. The products were tested for weather and water resistance. After a design modification to the refrigerated pack, the customer tested the products and they felt that the finished product met their expectations. In addition, our quality and engineering departments signed off on the customer's review for the radio modules. Adequate reports should be made and must be signed off by the relevant authorities of both the buyer and seller. This helps ensure that there is mutual understanding on the completion of the product. Making payments. Final payments were made to the vendors for the production of the modified products to ensure timely delivery. Old vendors have been contacted for a refund of the defective products. So when we had our modification throughout our production phase, we needed to make sure that the clips were removed from the product. So we have since contacted those vendors and requested a refund as the product did not meet the customer's specifications. An analysis on actual versus planned has been conducted. After the modification to the product, the actual work did not match the planned level of completion. And the reason for that was the defective product. We had to remove clips from the refrigerated pouch in order for it to actually fit into the backpack. And because of that, that was not something that we planned, so therefore the actual work did not match the planned level. Training manuals have been implemented in addition to how-to videos for those frontline individuals that are not able to attend class training. Archive documentation of all schedules, engineering, and design notes has been completed. This will allow us to look back for future projects and see where we can make changes, and it will allow us to initiate projects for additional products that we are looking to now offer to this particular customer. So the lessons for the future are documented for reference. Project termination by extension. This occurs if the project is either successful or unsuccessful. And in our case, our project was successful, and the stakeholders and clients are satisfied with the products. There are many different processes in the termination of a product. This include extinction, project termination, as well as project completion. So in our situation, this product has been completed. The completion was successful, and the project is expected to be terminated successfully by transferring deliverables to the correct areas. This ensures that all procedures are provided in the checklist and are followed. The clients have tested the products and are satisfied with the training of their staff on how to properly utilize the product. A helpline has been established for any end-user feedback, whether positive or negative, as well as troubleshooting as the products are on the front line. We want to be sure that we are receiving any feedback so we can adequately meet our customers' needs going forward. The project resources are dispersed to other projects. Products have been moved from the large warehouse and stored in their respective warehouse departments for future use on other projects. In order to ensure the quality control is maintained throughout the life of the project, it is necessary for the project manager to produce a quality control plan. This allows for consistency to be supervised, any loopholes to be identified, and allows the managers to assess the overall standard of the project deliverables at the end of the project and ensures that we are meeting the criteria that the clients have requested. We have ensured that the quality of the product is meeting the customer's requirements. The project progress will be checked from time to time as we continue to cultivate the relationship with the U.S. Armed Forces for future orders. Variances in quality will be continued to be monitored. The refrigerated model and the radio signal issues that first occurred during production will be an ongoing review process. We will continue to conduct reviews with our customers and the frontline users to make sure that there are no areas of improvement that need to be addressed. So with these references, we can make sure that future products are just as successful as this project. In conclusion, the project closeout stage is a crucial stage of the entire project. This is mainly because the stage requires verification of the project deliverables made, quality assurances, payments, and documentation. The different components on the checklist ensure that the closeout stage is completed fully and according to the set procedures. In case there is a failure in these processes, it might lead to issues such as legal being involved, including problems that could arise when transfer of ownership is not made appropriately. And furthermore, other issues could arise, such as lack of proper documentation, that could reduce the impact of controls in the system. Some of the lessons that we learned: dealing with third-party vendors, we must always have a backup. We must ensure quality team has met with customers to ensure specifications are met. We must have a template sent over with the actual product, and we must stop repetitive quality testing methods done by the vendors. We need to allow more time for the client's test time. In conclusion, the verification of the project deliverables have been made. Quality assurance have been conducted with our design, engineering, and quality teams. Payments have been made and closeout billing has been addressed. The actual cost of the project has been recorded and communicated to all departments. Failure in any of these processes could lead to legal issues if it is not done appropriately. This project was a successful normal project closure.